some of the responsibility put on the whatever. Stop, maybe. Go out. Not today. I told you that already. And so, and today, kind of another one of those. You think you're gonna do something, you plan a little bit, but in reality, you know that these things are gonna come awry. And I see that kind of happening with just, the availability of my mother, because she's the ride. She's able to move me around and get me to places where I need to be going. And so the priorities get shifted, right? So today, again, I woke up, did a little bit of work. Today's work was, actually did the last bit of the Morehouse scientific literacy course for what's due on Monday. And so I put that together, did that. Then I ate a little bit, watched Deadpool, and then my idea was to go out and really go biking again. Try to do the bike. I actually got to talk to my uncle about it, and he said he's ready for it. But it didn't work out because mom's still available. So what ended up happening is we ended up going shopping to get some of the things that I'm going to need for college, working ahead so that when time actually does come, we don't end up getting bogged down. So thinking ahead a little bit on that. We went out to some of the stores. One of the places we went to was like a thrift store, and we were looking around for the cheapest deal on some of the things that I'm going to need. And we actually were able to find a real gem. So right next to the Bed Bath and Beyond, there's a thrift store, okay, and then the store is called Dirt Cheap. Now, what you need to understand about Dirt Cheap is that at Dirt Cheap, everything that's in there had at some point been inside of another store, but was not sold, but was marked down and sold to Dirt Cheap. So in Dirt Cheap, I know like a couple, like maybe last year or a year ago, the Gap was shut down here in Mobile. But if you go to Dirt Cheap, they have clothes from the Gap with these somebody at Dirt Cheap took a little pen, or whoever was selling it to them from the Gap took a little pen and then marked right through the Gap logo on the tag, and then they're selling that with the line through it. It's the same clothes from the Gap, marked down to almost little to nothing. You can walk out with a lot of clothes for very cheap. That's kind of that thrifty style. So we were looking for things for the dorm, and like on the top of the Morehouse checklist of things you need to get is basically things for the bed and how you're gonna be sleeping. So we started looking around inside of what they had. We actually were able to find like some Casper stuff. It was marked down considerably. It would have been $90. It was like, I don't know, 40 or something. But for the specific bed that they have at Morehouse is an extra long twin. Now the way bed sizes go, it's twin, then full, queen, king, and then that's basically it. But we had the size of twin extra long, which is just is 5 extra feet long of length onto that twin size bed, and it's very necessary, especially for taller people who are going to be living in dorms and colleges and whatnot, because they need that extra little bit for their height, and a lot of times it's not enough because they're too tall for those little beds, and then they'll be having problems like sleep apnea and whatnot, insomnia. So we kept on looking. We were finding all these twin bed sheets and comforters and whatnot, and that wasn't going to cut it because we need those extra 5 inches, especially for the fitted sheets. So we did find a Casper that was some Casper sheets. Those were twin size. So we kept on looking. We found these this comforter and really just everything that you need for the bed kind of set. And we were real lucky to find that. But when we first looked at it, we thought it was just a comforter, because when you're going to a place like Dirt Cheap, not everything is going to be completely put together, especially if it's a set. So we found it, thinking it was just a comforter. It was really cheap, like $14. By the time we get to the car and open it, it has all the sheets we need, the comforter, pillow, and everything. And that was just a blessing right there. We actually even walked into Bed Bath & Beyond thinking that we weren't going to have everything in there, but it was in there. So that was really good. It was so good. My mom hopped out the car and started shouting, but that was a blessing right there. Other things that happened today, I watched Deadpool. Looking forward to starting to do something with the Morehouse reading list. It's a really interesting list of 150 books. And I've been kind of compiling some of my resources to get some of those books. A lot of them I've read, like Things Fall Apart by Chebe and Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. But I'm gearing up to kind of start reading in some of those, and I gave some of them to my mom on her Nook, where she's starting to look through them. But yeah, so that was today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be going early in the morning to go get a drug test for an internship that I have this summer, or for the internship program. I'm looking forward to that. Really, hopefully I'm not in there for too long. Just kind of quick in and out, and getting it done things very near the house, so it shouldn't take too long, to get there and get through it. But getting that over with so that my internship is actually like all set and ready to go. Comfort was a big thing for today. We also went to like the dollar store and got some stuff. Like we got an ironing board and some of the other things that we were gonna need just in the dorm in general. But one thing about the dorms at Morehouse is that we got a refrigerator, and somebody donated a refrigerator and somebody donated a microwave. But we can't have a microwave at Morehouse, and the only way to really have a microwave inside your dorm would be to buy or rent their kind of like microwave and fridge 2-in-1 deals. And having to do that, even though we got all this free stuff from friends and family, it's a iffy type of thing, but it makes sense because up there at Morehouse, the issue with the microwaves is that is a power issue, and having a separate microwave and refrigerator in every dorm, apparently that makes an issue. So that's something we have to kind of work around and see what our options are for that. Besides that, everything seems to be pretty much set and in order for going up there and basically being ready. There might be some other things that we'll get later on, but overall it should be good. I just coded a little bit before hopping on here, and it's ramping up in difficulty, I'll say, after learning the HTML and CSS. Now learning how to implement Bootstrap, and he's like just moving the same speed he was moving with HTML and CSS, but I had learned HTML and CSS in some extent at other points in my life. So now getting up into this new thing, like with HTML and CSS, I was watching it at 1.5 times speed, but now I gotta roll it back to normal, and a lot of times I'm like watching it and then stopping it, rolling it back 15 seconds, and then doing whatever he did, and then playing it again, and then seeing if I get the same result, and having to roll it back again if I didn't, and then watch again to understand what I got wrong and how I'm gonna fix it. So it's making it slower working through the things, but I am learning new content, which is a big kind of up on that, getting me ready for the internship this summer. But yeah, that's about it. Another thing that happened today was with the Japan trip. So I'm going to Japan in July for 10 days, starting on the 21st. So trying to pay for that, kind of did a thing where my English teacher, she kind of hyped me up on doing GoFundMe, but then instead of a GoFundMe, I did a PayPal money pool so that I didn't have the GoFundMe fees, and PayPal being a payment service, I wouldn't have nearly as many fees to pay as if I did it with GoFundMe. And another thing she told me is to take on some of the responsibility of paying for it, and then have some of the responsibility put on the whatever. Stop, maybe. Go out. Not today. I told you that already. And so, well, what I did, where was I? I set it up half and half, to where half of it I'll be paying, and then half of it will be paid by people in the community. And so I put that out, and that's been doing very, very well. I've been getting lots of donations from friends and family, a lot of donations from business leaders in the community who I've had interactions with and talked to, and they've said, you know, if you need anything, just ask, and that's exactly what I did. And so I've actually gotten to about like halfway through $1,000 to basically pay half of the trip, right? And I'll be putting down $1,000 from money that me and my mom have, and so that's looking out really good. And there's about like 9 days left on that actual thing. And one thing that I saw is that once I started posting about how long I have to actually raise the funds, when I said I got 10 days left, then people started to put in money, right? It's that kind of urgency started to really push people to donate if they felt like they wanted to donate in any way, regardless. So that helped a lot, as well as just the kind of virality of Facebook, posting something on Facebook and then using graduation pictures to make it move a little bit faster, and then also attaching the Japan trip to that. It really just helped to move everything along on Facebook, and as well as just asking people to, hey, share this if you could, or donate if you can, and that just helped it roll along. And so that's how we got in the halfway, and hopefully we get to the full 1,000 by the 31st of May. So that's what's happening. Pretty exciting, and yeah, that's about it.